All right, today we're diving into a massive book that asks a massive question. We're talking about Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. We're going to try and break down how we, Homo sapiens, went from being, just another animal in the savannah to pretty much the rulers of the entire planet. And I'll tell you right now, the answer is probably not what you're thinking.
So let's just start with the book's central mystery, because that's really what it is. Harari makes it super clear that our dominance was never a sure thing. For millions of years, we were insignificant. We were just another animal trying not to get eaten. So how in the world did we end up in charge of everything? That's the puzzle we're going to piece together.
And to solve this mystery, we've got to go way back. Back to a time when the word human didn't just mean us. It was a crowded world, and we were just one character among many in this story.
Picture this. Just 70,000 years ago, we were not alone. Not by a long shot. The planet had several different human species running around. You had the tough, stocky Neanderthals over in Europe. You had Homo erectus in Asia, who were around for an incredibly long time. And you even had the species of tiny humans on an island in Indonesia. We were absolutely nothing special.
So what happened? What was our secret sauce? It definitely wasn't our strength. Neanderthals were way stronger. And it wasn't even about having the biggest brain, believe it or not. Neanderthals actually had larger brains than we did. Now, the real answer is a lot weirder. It was a kind of revolution that happened entirely inside our heads.
Yeah, our secret weapon wasn't a sharper spear. It was all mental. Sometime around 70,000 years ago, a random genetic mutation basically rewired the Sapiens' brain, and it gave us a superpower that would completely change the game.
Okay, this right here is the key. It really gets to the heart of the difference. A Neanderthal could see a lion by the river and shout, "Hey, lion by the river." Simple fact. But a sapiens could say, "The lion is the great guardian spirit of our tribe." One is just reality. The other, that's a story. And that ability to create fiction, well, that made all the difference.
Harari has a name for this, the cognitive revolution. It was basically the birth of imagination. All of a sudden, we could talk about things that didn't physically exist, things we'd never seen or touched or smelled. Just think about it for a second. Gods, nations, laws, money. None of these are tangible objects. They're all just stories we've invented.
And this is the incredible result of that revolution. You see, you just can't get 1,000 chimpanzees to all work together on a single project because they don't know each other. They can only cooperate in small familiar groups. But you can get 1 million people to build a cathedral or fight in an army or trade in a global market. Why? Because they all believe in the same shared stories about God or their country or the value of a dollar.
So this new ability to cooperate in huge numbers led to the next giant turning point in our history, the agricultural revolution. Now, we've all been taught that this was our greatest leap forward, right? But Harari has a very different take. He actually calls it history's biggest fraud.
Believe it or not, life as a hunter-gatherer was actually pretty good. Their diets were varied, they worked way fewer hours, and they were generally healthier and less stressed. The switch to farming changed everything, and not for the better. Suddenly, we were stuck in one place, eating the same boring grains day after day, and working from sunrise to sunset just to survive. For the average person, it was a major downgrade.
And this is such a crucial point. It's this wild idea. We didn't choose to give up our free-roaming lives for a harder one. We were kind of tricked by the promise of more food. But in reality, we were the ones who had to completely change our lifestyle to serve the needs of this new plant. Wheat demanded we settle down, clear fields, and work tirelessly. It domesticated us.
And this is how we got totally trapped. More wheat meant we could have more babies, but more babies meant more mouths to feed, which meant we had to grow even more wheat. We got stuck on this treadmill, and there was just no way to get off.
Okay, so with these huge new agricultural societies, we ran into a brand new problem. How do you get millions of total strangers to live together and cooperate? The answer? You guessed it. We needed bigger, better, more complex stories.
And of all the stories we invented to make this new world function, perhaps the most successful, most powerful, and most universal story ever told is money.
Seriously, think about it. What is a dollar bill? It's just a piece of patterned paper, has zero actual value. But because billions of complete strangers all over the world believe it has value, it works. It's a system of pure shared trust. It's a fiction that lets a farmer in Thailand cooperate with a banker in New York without ever meeting them.
And money is really just the beginning. Harari points out that our entire world runs on these shared fictions. Things like human rights, corporations, even the borders of nations. None of these exist in the physical, objective world. They're just incredibly powerful stories we all agree to believe in. And they are the invisible glue that holds our whole civilization together.
So, this incredible journey from an insignificant ape to the master of imaginary worlds, it all leads us to one final, really deep question. It's a question about the very stories that gave us all our power in the first place.
This is really what makes us so unique, isn't it? We are the only species that lives in two worlds at once. There's the objective reality of rivers, trees, and lions, but then there's this second layer, the imagined reality of gods and money and corporations, and it's that imagined world that has allowed us to do everything from building pyramids to landing on the moon.
So here's the ultimate takeaway, the big thought to leave you with. After 70,000 years of inventing these powerful fictions, these religions, nations, and economies that have come to dominate every single aspect of our lives, are we still the masters of these stories? Or have we become the servants of our own imagination?